Hello, everyone, and how is everyone doing today? All right. We're gonna get busy with day 31. Post publishing power moves, day 31. We are on the last day of this series, and it has been a pleasure to be before you to give authors all of this information that I wish I had when I published my first book. So, this is why I created the Post Publishing Power Moves YouTube series for 30 days. It is to give you all the information that you will need during your course of being an author, on your journey as an author, as you know, and there are more things to your book than just selling it. There are more things that you could do with your book beyond just selling it. We are in day 31, Post Publishing Power Moves, day 31. And the topic for today is building a legacy, scaling your book into a movement. Scaling your book into a movement. It is so important that we look beyond just writing and just publishing this book, publishing your book. Well, you could turn your book into a plethora of things and open a door to more opportunities that await you as a author. Okay, so I want to welcome you to the final day of Post Publishing Power Moves. Today is all about the big picture. Okay, the big picture here is that you build a legacy and scaling your book into a movement. Okay. My name is Sharice Johnson Moore, and I am a publishing consultant and visibility coach. And I want to welcome you to our time together on this last day of Post Publishing Power Moves. But it will not be the last time you see me, okay? I will be, giving videos every now and then, in the future to help you as an author. And, and it is so important that we gleam from each other. I am the author of Coming to Loving Yourself and Coming to Loving Yourself Study Guide, and I'm a co-author in the Stand Up Resilient Black Women Who Are Shaping the World with Their Faith, Volume 3. And I wanted to say I am currently working on book number 4, okay? And I have 4 more that's in my head. I already have a title for them, and they will be coming out. The book number 4 will be coming out next year. So I wanted to give you, I wanted to help along the way. I want to help along the way, and some other things that are coming down the road from Sharice and Johnson Moore LLC. So let's get into this topic for today. You know that your book is not just a product. It's not just a product. It is beyond that. It's a platform. It is where you can get speaking engagements. You can create your own conferences from your books. You can open the door to speaking events. You can open the door to collaborations and joint ventures with your book. You can do so many things with that one book that it will have you getting multiple streams of income if you let it. Okay. So, it's a platform, a story, a vehicle for impact, your book. And when leveraged strategically, that means you got to put a plan behind this book, right? not just to publish, but to go beyond that. Your book can spark a movement that inspires, educates, and transform lives for years to come. It could transform lives for years to come. All right. So I want to get into these points for you for our last day of this series. Okay. Define your mission beyond the book. Okay. Define the mission beyond the book. Identify the long-term purpose of your work. Identify the long-term purpose of your work. What change do you want to create in your readers' lives and in your community? What kind of changes do you want to make in the lives of your readers and in your community? Okay. We want to create multi-channel platforms. Create multi-channel platforms, which means you want to use social media. You want to use it. Email newsletters, live events, webinars, courses, and media appearances to reach diverse audiences. Social media plays so much of a role of how much exposure you give you and your book. Okay, it's more. I'm going to give you this one. It is more than just posting your book on social media saying, I have a book, buy it. Okay. It is more than just more to social media. You can use social media in different ways to promote your book. I go back and give you some examples. You could do an excerpt out of your book on social media. You can ask the readers what did they like, through social media about your book. Email newsletters. Come on, you got to create newsletters for your authorship because it is so important that you gather emails to send out information that pertains to your book and your business. So, with those email newsletters, you can also advertise in other people's newsletters, okay, of what they're doing, and you can bring exposure to the events that you have. If you're creating live events, you're going to I give you an example. Third stand-up authors revival and awards conference, which is in October the 3rd through the 5th, 2025. It'll be in Charlotte, North Carolina, and the founder of this conference, her name is Miss Ardenae Garner. Okay, and this is her 3rd year doing this event. I went last year, and oh my God, it was like off the chain last year, and I got a plethora of information. I gleaned, I learned. You learn about how to develop community, things of that nature. In this conference, we had speakers, we had events, we got a gala at the end of the event, child. A gala where you dress up in all your finery, okay? And your finery, get your hair done, nails done, everything, and you put on your gowns and your tuxedos and everything, and you go and have a nice time, right? And the thing is that you don't want to miss this event. It is important for authors to attend events, even if you're just still in the writing process. When you go to events and go to, events that pertain to authors, you sit down and you glean and you sit down and talk with the coordinators of the events. And, or you set up a one-on-one, it's good for networking with other authors. People might be there not just authors, but media personalities, people that have a reach beyond just in this place, in that place you go to. They may have philanthropy work. They may be organized heads, head organizers for 501c3s. They have a plethora of ways for you to connect and collaborate with other organizations and people in places that you may need to be associated with. Okay? Webinars, courses, media appearances to reach diverse audiences. And when reach out to different people, reach out. Don't just get stuck in a box with a particular group of people. Go beyond, go beyond, go beyond where you are at. Don't just get stuck in one city either, okay? Because it's like 50 states and somebody is always having a vendor's event somewhere, okay? So, and you want to engage with your community consistently, okay? I send out. I have a newsletter, and my newsletter goes out every Monday to my newsletter email subscribers. Okay, and also, where I ask them to engage. We engage. We are going to do some things this year, next year, that I want to get my audience more engaged with the interaction that we have, feedback. How do they, ask some questions. Ask questions. Don't be scared. Closed mouth do not get fed. Okay, closed mouth do not get fed, and you need those reviews and testimonials for your book. And so, yes, it is very important. Participation from the readers. Okay, you want participation from your readers. Okay, build spaces, online groups, events where your readers feel connected to your mission. Okay, engaging with your community is so important, so important. And it is, hey, that's who buying. You got to keep in contact with the people that's purchasing your books. Not just say, okay, I got this person. Okay, all right, cool. All right, bye. Next, and I'll move on to the next person. No, you have to communicate. That means have private one-on-ones with the people that purchase your books. That means reaching out, emails, telephone call, calling people. Yes, calling people. Okay, calling people. That's important too. Certain things that we're gonna have to, as an author, you're gonna have to step out beyond just social media. You're gonna have to step out beyond just posting all the time on social media. Okay, people want to get to know you as an author. They want to see a face with the book. They want, even though it might not be the face on the book, it will get them interested more into you, into what you are about as an author. And there's nothing like there's nothing like a fan that picks up and shares your events with their friends. There's nothing like a loyal fan that does everything because they want to support you. They want to support you as the author, right? Because once you pull them in, they in, okay? Collaborate and multiply your impact. Collaborate and multiply your impact. Okay, that means you got to partner with other authors, businesses, organizations that scale your movement. You have to, get to know other people. It's not just about, okay, I published this book and everybody's supposed to buy it. No, your book ain't for everybody. You have to find a niche. Plus, you turn around, you got to communicate with other authors in the businesses, organizations to scale this movement. Joint ventures, speaking engagements, and workshops can expand each exponentially. Join somebody group, join an authors group, join a workshop, in your area. Or if you do not see these things, create them yourself. I say it like Bishop Jake say, if you don't see, if the job is not there, people not hiring you, things like that, create your own business. You have to be, and you have to think outside the box when it comes to many ways of bringing impact, having impact in your community. When you are an author, and it's not just about being an author, it's about business wise. It's a business. Being an author is a business. So don't ever let anybody tell you any different than that. Being an author is a business, okay? You want to measure and celebrate milestones. Okay. Measure and celebrate milestones. Track your engagement. Course completions. Like if you create a course, okay, the course I have set up, Publish Now What, tracks when a person is enrolled and gives me the understanding of who completed which module when they are in it or where they are in the module. Okay, so I can go and track course completions in the module in my course I have for Publish Now What. Event attendance. Okay, so event attendance. You create an event and you say so many people, you have like 300 people coming, 300 people, right? So you want to have it where you have this enrollment, you have this attendance, you have a record of how many people attended your event, and please do not forget to ask people for their testimonials or whenever it comes to your books or your books, your events, your vendors events, if you're holding an event, if you're in charge of an event, things of that nature. And engage and track engagement. Okay, now track engagement. That is important when it comes to your website, because your website also has a way to track people that comes to your website that have purchased your book, okay, or have social media. Facebook has that to track engagement. If you ever have your social media, your Facebook has a professional dashboard, okay? And professional dashboard keeps a record of how many people have been to your page, how many people have checked out your page, how many people have checked out your posts, things of that nature. It does a plethora of things, okay? I'll be reviewing that in the webinar, in the Publish Now What free webinar that is September, starts in September. Celebrate victories to motivate yourself. Okay, now, I had to learn how to celebrate my wins. I had to learn how to celebrate my wins because I was so used to, all right, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to do this. And then when something I finished that, I would move on to something else. And I would not celebrate. I would just move on to the next project. I'll give you an example. When I first thought about doing the Publish Now What free webinar, in the past, I had tried to do this. I had tried to do the webinar, the Publish Now What free webinar in the past. That was last year. And no one signed up. No one signed up because I know what I knew what I had did to not do. I said I didn't do my part. Okay, that's why no one showed up. I made it. All right, I put it out there, and I didn't do no advertising. I just I didn't even have a newsletter last year. I didn't have a newsletter. Recently I just started composing a newsletter. Taking in emails for my email list, things of that nature. It was a lot of things that I did not do. But this year I have all those things in place. So I have 50 people signed up for the Publish Now What free webinar for September. I have 50 people signed up for the Publish Now What webinar, free webinar. Okay. And the first day, 10 people signed up. I was shocked. I was like, oh my God. Oh God. I can't believe 10 people. Shall look. Then, it was a thing of, okay, so maybe I can do this. Maybe it is possible. Maybe it is, so I went and I I kind of celebrated, and went out to eat and did some things, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna just enjoy this. I'm going to enjoy this, and celebrate that moment. Celebrate victories to motivate yourself. Celebrate your team if you have one and your readers. Okay, so you know, and with that, it's a thing of, look, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and celebrate what I've already accomplished. Okay. Do not forget to celebrate yourself. Okay. Do not forget to celebrate you, because you put in so much work. You put in the hard work. You stayed up those late nights. You got up those early mornings, and don't and because I don't have any children, I celebrate the ones that do have children. My children are grown and gone. Okay, grown and gone. Okay, and the ones that have little ones that are still doing your thing as an author, celebrate that. you know, take yourself out to eat. Go get your hair done, your nails and feet done. Go to the barber shop. Celebrate you. Make it do what it do for you. Because you only got one life. So celebrate everything that you have accomplished. I don't care if it's just 20 words on a page. That's a celebration, because at least you started. Then you celebrate, okay, each moment that you have in your author journey. When you write, you write, you've completed your manuscript, that's cause for celebration. When you got your editor say it's finished, that's cause for celebration. When you got your proofreader say, all right, I'm finished reading, and they give you a review for your book before it come out, that's a celebration. Celebrate everything that you have accomplished on this journey, because you have put in this hard work and you have invested in yourself. Do not forget that you have invested in yourself. Time and money. Time and money. Okay. And don't and look, do you be happy. Be happy that you have done something that no one might have done in your family before. That's just like I equivalent becoming an author for the first time is equivalent to turn around and getting a bachelor's degree in college. Okay, because it's a lot of work. It's courses. You got to take this. You got to do that. You got to create the business. You got to file the paperwork. You got to get the copyright. You got to get the ISBN numbers, and you got to all. And then and then I'll say it like this: you also put in the time and the money to do all of these things. You put in the time and the money to do these things. So celebrate you. Celebrate this accomplishment with all you can do. Now buy yourself a cake. Get yourself a bottle of wine. Buy you some roses. I don't care, man or woman. Celebrate you, okay? Because y'all, I know how it is. I have published two books on my own. And it is a lot of work. It is a lot of work. So don't let nobody tell you, oh, you can just write this book in 90 days. Okay? Okay, that's cool. You write the book in 90 days. They have a process for that. Okay, but if you're doing it as self-publishing and you have an idea and you put this on your plate, and you decided you want to do this on your own as self-publishing, a self-published author, that means you decide to do everything yourself, everything. Okay, without uh, you might have had guidance and things like that along the way, but you decided to invest in you. You decide to invest in you, baby. So make it do what it do. Okay. All right, for you. Okay. All right. So want to go through this list again. Okay. You want to define your mission beyond the book. Create a multi-channel platform. Engage your community consistently. Collaborate and multiply your impact. And measure and celebrate your milestones. Okay. Celebrate their milestones. Okay. So you completed 31 days of post-publishing power move. You completed 31 days of post-publishing power moves. Now it's time to take everything that you have learned and build a legacy with your book. So, go build this legacy. Go put it out there. Don't be shy. Closed mouth don't get fed. Okay. And we got to tell everybody about our book. within the realms of what our niche is and who our audience is. Okay. So I want you to do not forget the Publish Now What free webinar starts in September. Okay. The Publish Now What free webinar starts in September. Okay. September, we will have prizes. I will be giving away 35 pieces of jewelry. Each day of the event, I'll be giving out 8 pieces. Okay. 8 pieces of jewelry. Okay. Once your name has been picked, you are set to the side, and then I'll add you back in for the other prizes, which will be a one-on-one book publishing strategy session, a one-on-one visibility strategy session, and we will have some more giveaways and things of that nature. But you got to be in the place. You got to put your face in the place in order to win the prizes. Okay, it'll be, I have some, information to give away as well, some PDF forms and things of that nature that you shall receive. Okay, and I want you to see this as an opportunity for yourself as an author. Okay, so we want to go to this link to sign up. It's going to be on Zoom for the free webinar. Starts September the 6th, the 13th, the 20th, and the 27th. Okay, and it starts at 10 a.m. each Saturday. This is Saturdays in the month of September. Okay, Saturdays in the month of September. These are all Saturday dates. Okay, I put it on a Saturday because I feel like everybody is available on a Saturday. Okay. And I wanted to let you know that I will be so glad to have you there. It's a 4-part series. You will learn everything from budgeting to all budgeting, and you will you'll grow your audience, author audience, your reader audience, your author platform. You be scaling scaling a lot of things. We'll be working on some each day of this free webinar. I will be pulling out a section from the course. Publish Now What course. Each day, I'll be pulling out a section from the Publish Now What course, and we will go through that in the webinar. Okay, that is how that's going to work. Okay, I want to say now we have the Publish Now What course that starts October the 11th. That's when the course starts. The course is now open for enrollment. And the early bird pricing is $147. Okay, for a 6-week course, I walk you from step by step, from the beginning of your process to create step by step to create your visibility, your momentum, and influence as an author. And I wanted to let you know that the 147 is available until October the 1st. Now, after October the 1st, the price goes up to $197. It is a 6 weeks course that walks you step by step to create visibility, momentum, and influence as an author. If you would like to sit down and talk with me, please do come, and we can have a free one-on-one consultation. Have a free one-on-one consultation with me. And here is the link. I will put the link also in the description box. Okay, so you can set up your one-on-one free consultation with me. Okay, I wanted to let you know that this event is happening. It is called the Third Stand Up Authors Revival and Awards Conference. Sorry, I have ceremony on screen, but it's a conference being organized and founded by Miss Ardenae Garner, October the 3rd through the 5th of 25. It is a 3-day event where we have speakers, we have MC, we have lessons, we have plans, we have pitches, we have people that are pitching their ideas to the audience, and we also have we have a plethora of authors coming in the room. So you got to be in the place, be in the place in Charlotte, North Carolina, October the 3rd through the 5th. Ms. Ardenae Garner is the founder and facilitator of this conference. You do not want to miss it. It will be at the Embassy Suites in Charlotte, North Carolina. Okay, so I want to let you know that here's the website where you can purchase your tickets. www.authorsrevival.com. www.authorsrevival.com for your ticket to attend this event. And you also get the opportunity to buy a one-day ticket. You do not have to attend the whole program if you don't want to, okay? You also have that option as a one-day ticket. Okay, go to the website, check it out, and get your tickets today. All right, everyone. I hope you had a nice time here in, on our last day. Sometimes, our last day is, one of those marvelous, wonderful days, wonderful days, wonderful days. Okay. And so don't forget to come in and get your Publish Now What free webinar. It is available when you go to this link to register for the for the Publish Now What free webinar. Okay. All right. I hope everyone had a nice day. I hope everyone is on their way to doing something that is very important and very productive in your author journey. Okay. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me through my email, snjm@ShariceNJohnsonMoore.com, or you can reach out to me through my website, ShariceNJohnsonMoore.com. Okay. I love you all, and I pray that everyone has a blessed day.